Mr. Transformers 96 here with a video. I'm going to be talking about some newly shown items at San Diego Comic-Con 2018. This time I'm going to be talking about the Hot Toys that are not from Star Wars, DC, or Marvel. These are just kind of the other Hot Toys figures from movies that, don't have like a massive franchise that Hot Toys continuously makes figures of. So I just kind of want to talk about all these together. There's some interesting ones here. There is a couple new ones shown. Some of these have already been shown though, but it is nice to see them on display. So just to start it off with Agent Smith here from The Matrix. I think that this is quite nice. The Matrix is a fun movie that I enjoy. I'm not like a huge fan of it. I'm not enough to like buy Hot Toys of it, but I definitely like the movies, of course. I think Agent Smith looks pretty good. He looks like he's a bit too bulky when it comes to the chest. I feel like the jacket isn't fitted as well as it should be. The pants also look a little bit baggy too, so I hope that the tailoring gets a little bit more precise in this on the final products, because usually they do quite a good job, but here it doesn't look great. The head sculpt though I do like. I think that it does represent Hugo Weaving from the film. This is their second Hugo Weaving head sculpt, of course, considering they did one for Red Skull, and I do own that one, and it's a great head sculpt, so they know what they're doing with that head sculpt. But overall, I think the figure looks quite nice. A little plain in general, but he does look pretty good, and it'll be interesting to see price. I shouldn't be too expensive, because I don't think he comes with much. Then, of course, we have Neo. He looks quite nice. I think the head sculpt isn't great. Like, it's okay. I can certainly see that it's him. It's Keanu Reeves, but it's not great. It definitely could be updated. I like the sunglasses, though. I think it looks very good on him. And then his coat does look quite nice as well. You can get him in some cool poses, I think, especially with the base with the flight stand. I think that's very necessary for Neo here. And then another version of the actor, of course, Keanu Reeves, in his role as John Wick. That was, it's kind of a surprise hit franchise now, and I think the figure looks pretty decent. I think that his suit is fitted a little bit better, although it looks like a very strange material. It has like a shine to it. I feel like that's a majority of that is caused like a lot by the flash of the camera here, though, so I'm hoping that in person it doesn't look as shiny as this, because it looks a little ridiculous here, but I think that in person it won't look like this. But his head sculpt looks decent. I do think it's a new sculptor, at least maybe they kept the same face and just kind of reworked the hair and things. I do like the fact that he's damaged, though. He's got like some scars on him. I think that's pretty important, and yeah, overall he looks like a decent figure. John Wick is a fun movie, but I'm not a huge fan that would need a figure. And then we have Predator. Again, I'm not a big fan of Predators. I've seen one Predator movie. I'm going to see the new one that's coming out by Shane Black. But this figure actually looks really cool. I like the design of it. It has a very shiny look to it, and I like the kind of bulk in the head, and the torso really bulks up at the chest, which I like. So overall, I do think it looks like a cool Predator. I'm just not a huge Predator fan enough to know anything about the character. I'm not quite sure if this is from the new Predator movie or not either. But I would imagine they'll definitely do new Predators from the movie, because there's like an extreme Predator in this new movie that's like huge, that was just revealed in the newest trailer, so I could see that one being very popular. And then the one that I find most interesting of these shown is this Alita figure from like not Battlestar, but the new movie that's coming out. I think this looks like, the movie itself looks pretty interesting. I feel like I haven't seen much about it in a long time, though. Like, there was a time there where they showed the trailer quite often, and now I barely ever see it. But I think that this figure looks really nice. The head sculpt, I think, looks pretty spot on, and I like the big eyes. That's something that, of course, had a lot of controversy when the movie was shown. I think a lot of people have trouble adjusting to that kind of like realistic anime type of look. But like when I saw it, it was like, oh, that's an interesting choice, but it was never one that I had trouble getting used to or didn't like. So personally, I don't mind it at all. I think that the face sculpt looks good, though, and the eyes will be movable, which I think is very nice, especially since her eyes are so big. It's nice to have something that's also draws you into them. A feature like that is very good. And then the costume itself, I think it looks excellent. First of all, I'm glad they're not using rubber. They're using, visible joints, which I'm always a big fan of, and there's a ton of detail there. Also, purple's my favorite color, and there's a ton of different shades of purple, which I think look really nice. And overall, I think that she looks like an excellent figure. I like the sword she comes with, and then the base that she comes with is also super cool. I mean, I haven't seen the movie yet because it's not out, of course, so I doubt I'll ever get this. The movie would just have to blow me away. But I think that the figure itself does look really nice. And here's some of the extra accessories included with John Wick, which is fun. It's nice to see that he does come with a decent amount of stuff, which is cool. But yeah, another image of John Wick. And then back to Agent Smith here. So overall, there's some neat stuff that's been shown from just kind of side movies that Hot Toys is working on. They all look pretty cool. I'm not like a big enough fan of any of these franchises to purchase the figures, but I do think that they look nice. The Matrix ones, I'm sure, will do quite well. The John Wick one, you know, it certainly has an audience for it. The only one that I'm not sure is the Alita figure. I don't know if she's going to do well, considering I'm not seeing a ton of buzz for that movie. I could definitely see that movie, you know, flopping or just kind of being like a Ghost in the Shell, where it doesn't do that well, but it makes enough money to survive, basically. So I don't see that movie being too big of a hit that's going to warrant a lot of people rushing to buy a $250 figure of. But I think that the figure itself does look really nice. Personally, it's the best looking one out of all of these in my opinion. But yeah, there you go. That's my thoughts on the kind of the side movies shown from Hot Toys. Let me know what you guys think of them, and thanks so much for watching.